All right. I wanted to talk about Javi Baez. So actually, there are two guys that we have to discuss. Javi
The
Baez,
opt-out brothers.
the opt. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. The opt-out brothers. Maybe trending more for Javi. Uh,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
yeah. Well, look, this week I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. In some cases, actually, in the past couple weeks, it's kind of a victory cigar moment for Al Avila. I'm sorry, it is. Like, this is first. Let's start with Eduardo because he's clearly like the best player on the team right now. This guy is unbelievable. He is third. Where did I put my notebook down? He is third in the AL in ERA, 1.81. He's third in WHIP as well. He's he hasn't missed a start yet, which I think it's just worth noting. I'm not trying to give him a huge amount of credit there, but it's the Tigers pitching staff. If you're not
So
missing
you,
starts,
you've
I'm
now jinxed him. All
yeah,
right.
yeah, exactly. It's so funny. You go on Baseball Reference, and it's like bold if they like lead the league, and I was like, oh, he leads the league in starts. Not even thinking, and then it's like, well, basically every person who started like opening day and hasn't missed a start has seven. There's like 20 that have like seven starts, but so leads the league a little aggressive there. Baseball Reference, technically true, but a little aggressive. Uh, he's had a couple 8 inning outings here, and I don't know, man. Like this is what an ace looks like. I don't, like I'm not gonna go over the top here, but this is ace material. He is pitching like an ace, and if you can, and I think that kind of belief is one of the things that like lends itself to wins. Like we got Eduardo on the mound today. That means we probably only got to get 2 runs. That kind of stuff is real in a clubhouse. So, Eduardo speaking, what have you kind of seen from him recently? Because we're looking at All Star right here, and we're looking at something else down the line if this keeps up, and we're looking at very uncomfortable conversations here moving forward.
It's a long season, but these past five starts have been absolutely remarkable. I mean, the definition of surgical, clinical, just precise. Is it? He's so like ruthlessly efficient on the mound that it's kind of hard to describe his pitching. Like in a story, normally like he's burning fastballs by guys and getting them to whiff on their curveball, and that's not what Eduardo does. Eduardo just dots up cutters and changeups and just doesn't miss and is just putting everything on the black and either gets a lot of called strikes or a lot of weak contact and boom, that's it. Like it's not really complicated. It is just incredibly well executed. That has been the theme of the past five starts for Eduardo Rodriguez. That's a sign of a mature pitcher. That's a sign of a good game plan. And at the end of the day, you just got to tip your cap to him for going out there and executing at an elite level. Uh, there's been this level of ability in Eduardo's arm his whole career. We've seen it in varying glimpses. 2019 was really the only year he's kind of pitched more on this tier for the vast majority of a season. But this guy's what 31 now. Be very interested to see. People bring up the opt out. Oh, is he just pitching like this because there's money on the line? That might be part of it. Wouldn't you be a little incentivized if you
Yeah.
started seeing some dollar signs in the back of your mind? I don't think you should get criticized for that per se.
First things first, Cody. He is 30.
And,
He was born the day
uh,
after me. All right. Stop trying to age us. All right. We're
yeah,
having a hard enough time as it is. But but yeah, you're right. And I'll tell you what, there's something else that I look for. I'm a big look for things guy. And yesterday or Saturday's game, Matthew Boyd is doing the in-game TV interview on the headset, and I'm not listening to it because I listen to Dan with the video feed because that's just a better experience. No offense to the Valley people, but Dan's the go. But I all of a sudden I kind of look over and I see like Eduardo like put the home run celebration Red Wings helmet on Matthew while he's talking. And he's big smile on his face, and he's obviously joking around with a guy doing an interview or whatever. And I don't know again what Matthew was saying while it was happening, like what kind of jokes they were making like to each other or whatever. But just watching that, seeing that, I was like, "Does that happen last year?"
That's like the most personality I've seen. There have been small glimpses of more personality from Eduardo, and seems like that's increasing because that instance itself was probably the most like I had really seen him joking around, like interacting with another teammate, and that's awesome to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a real again, well, what is it, May 7th or whatever. So like there's a lot to go in this season. But this does seem like a pretty fun clubhouse. This seems like a
It's
clubhouse
been good vibes so far, no doubt.
and winning some games
Noticeably
helps.
better than last year, even when they were losing. Like definitely, last year's clubhouse tensed up real quick, and this one, you could sense some frustration after losses or whatever. But you'd walk in there the next day, and it was kind of a new day, right? You could feel that energy in the room. There wasn't this like lingering negativity in the air. It's been a good clubhouse so far, no doubt.